So NAMM 2025 is nearly over. What are the takeaways for me from 2025?
When there is no more room in hell, the dead will walk the earth.
So straight away, first off the bat, the product that I think that's given me the fizz, well, do I say most of all? No, I don't know. They're all exciting, really. But they're all very of a similar ilk. NAMM 2025 is about smaller, so there is 1 million amp pedals. There's 1 million little combos. There's things are getting smaller, except for Revv. Revv are keeping the scene alive, but we'll get to that in a sec. So my first product of win would definitely be the Synergy 2, and they've got like a Syn 20 now, which is a little single unit rack, say single unit caddy for these things, which are the Synergy modules. So the 1U was currently just a desktop. It was a preamp loader. It wasn't a power amp at all. This is now a 20-watt power amp, which offers a great clean channel, very Fendery, and it's got a 3-stage power voicing, with the third one being the Soldano power amp. EL84s, I think, with two 12AX7s in the pre for the clean channel, and you also have in every single module, I don't think you'll be able to see through there, but there is two 12AX7s in each pre as well, or in each module, which is brilliant. They've also now started introducing 2 new models. So there is the Thornton, which is like a high gain modded Marshall kind of thing, which I really love. I'm currently using the Thornton on my Quad Cortex, and it's very, very cool. And they've also introduced the Tone King Impala as well, which is a great Dumbly, Fendery, pushed clean kind of amp, which everyone's kind of raving about. They're releasing them in the next couple of months, and they will obviously be great for that type of system. Most of the modules come in at about 350 to 400, so you're getting a £2,500 amp for 350, 400 quid. It's a bargain as far as I'm concerned, if that's the way you want to go. If you want a list of boutique amps that are made by their actual makers, that might be the way to go. So, absolutely brilliant. So that is that for the whole Synergy thing. Really, really excited about those products because I love Synergy. I think they're a great company, and they just do it well. And it's by the actual companies as well. Check out my Synergy video if you haven't, but I do love a bit of Synergy. Right, so the next thing that kind of boiled my fizz was the Marshall amp pedals. Again, everything's getting smaller. Do I agree with that? Look, well, on a personal point, if I'm gonna go and buy a JCM 900 pedal or a JCM 800 pedal, I like the 900. A lot of people give shit to the 900, but I liked it. If you're gonna go out and buy a JCM 800 pedal for 350, 400 quid or whatever they are, they might be a bit cheaper than that. I don't know the pricing yet, but maybe 250, 300. Why would you not just go and buy a Tonex and just model a real JCM 800 for 250, 300? It's the same kettle of fish. It's not got tubes in it. It's not doing anything. It's just a snapshot model of a JCM 900 or 800, in my opinion. Then you get the opportunity for all of them and save some money. Or if you're that kind of Marshall diehard and you just want these lovely looking Marshall pedals, well, I get that. And that, again, that just kind of plays on my whole I want to collect Tonka toys kind of vibe. Pedals for me, as like the one I've just reviewed by these Get Stuffed by Stumpbox, the lovely looking things, like if you put that on your board and it's got these lovely silver knobs and everything looks pretty, so it could be for that. But as in relation to these, a collection of amp pedals, I'd most probably just go out and buy a Tonex or a Quad Cortex, money being no option. Anyway, back to the product. So Marshall amp pedals. So we've got the 1959, which is that classic pre-plexi, I think. Super clean, classic Marshall. Kind of the design that all were built from, really. Then there's the JCM 800, JCM 900, the DSL, which was the dual super lead. I've got a triple super lead and I bloody love it. It gets a lot of shit, but it's brilliant. But the dual super lead was supposedly better. I don't know how, but it was. And then there's the JVM, which was the JVM 210 or 410, which was like a 4-channel or a 2-channel, 3 voicing or 3-channel per channel amp. Brilliant. They're really good. Basically, they're like kind of the big boy of the TSL. Love them as well. Oh, if you can remember the old Mode 4 from the 90s, brutal kind of solid state metal amp that again everyone shit on, and I kind of liked, man. Maybe it's just me. But yeah, I love the TSL, love the JVM as well. That's now in a pedal. Kind of, if you think about it, the 59 is going to be a super clean plexi sound. Your 800's getting a bit crunchy. 900, kind of the same gain stage, maybe a little bit fizzier. DSL took it up a step, and the JVM is quite high gain, almost modern. So check them out if you're into that type of thing. Pedal platform. Marshall also have introduced some amp heads. So the 1957 is now a head as well, modded. So it's got some additional dip switches on there for about $3,500, and it's bloody loud again. So I don't know whether we're meant to be moving away from that because silent stages and shit. I don't know, but the 1959 could be great. Even though on my notes I've wrote 1957. JCM 800 re-modded, kind of going down the same route as Mesa with the release of the 90s Revision F triple rectifier or dual rectifier or rectifier. Then you've got the JCM 900 Studio, which was the 20 watt version of the 900. They did release an 800 and an 800 Stealth. So the 900 is coming now, which is a weird choice for Marshall because I think the JCM 900 is universally hated. So to pick that to be a I don't know, maybe it wasn't hated or underrated, I don't know. Next up, we've got the lovely guys over at Peavey releasing, you guessed it, a shitload of preamp pedals. So from the Peavey Bandit right the way through to some of the more obscure amps, but not a Peavey official 5150, which I thought was a bit of an omission, really, considering that's the one everyone would want. I don't know, but yeah, kind of their more obscure pedals, more obscure amps. The Bandit was great, big sound, but you know, I don't know. So that's the Peavey pedal preamps. Bit of a weird choice by Peavey, but everyone's trying to jump on this pedal thing. Which brings me beautifully back to what I mentioned with the Synergy shit. The Tone King pedal. So this is basically the Synergy model in a pedal without the power amp. With a pedal, it's not just a cartridge. And you don't have to buy the 20 watt amp head either. So this guy looks very similar to the Friedman BE pedal we've just released, except instead of 2 power amp tubes, preamp tubes. It's got 3 preamp tubes. And that is going to be glorious for that type of sound. Anyone who's just going out for that lovely Fender pushed, lovely harmonic, melodic, clean kind of sound, pushed crunch, that might be the pedal for you. It's a one-stop shop. Throw that on your board with a delay and a reverb and maybe a boost or some type of like kind of bluesy drive or a fuzz. Gonna sound great, inevitably gonna sound amazing, and a fraction of the price of a real Tone King in power. Very, very good. So that's the end of the pedals for now. The next thing will be Ibanez. Ibanez have done an Ibanez thing, so they've just basically, if it's not broke, don't fix it. They've released the same kind of models again with some different livery. What isn't there, unfortunately, this year? This. One day. More importantly, and the big takeaway is they've re-released the K7. Or is it re-released? I think it has. I think it disappeared for a while. It's an RGD design, and it's got the trem system with the palm bar, which was introduced back with the original K7. So instead of a whammy bar, you've just got this rest bar, which is quite cool. So that's it, really. K7. Some different liveries. Yeah, not a lot going on. No stunning new models or designs. Just keep it. Just again, if the shit ain't broke, don't fix it. Ibanez range is massive, completely wide ranging. They've released the AZ kind of core, I think they're called core or standard, and they're really bloody affordable and super lovely. So they're great. That's a great addition, but it's not really a new guitar. Quilter, with the guys who brought out these kind of like modular power amp platform, they look like they've released a like a pedal board. So it's got a noise gate in there, drives, choruses, reverbs, delays, all in one thing, and I'm assuming that's going to be a power amp as well, kind of akin to what Blackstar did with the amp pedals they had. So that could be interesting. Quilter are kind of building a name for themselves at the minute, and what I've seen from the power amp products is they're quite good, so that might be interesting. So that's what that is. Friedman have released a Jose special edition, maybe limited edition, I'm not too sure, and that's basically just a Jose modded Friedman. Now Jose, I can't remember his surname, was the kind of original modder of all Marshalls back in the day. So he did Steve Vai's mods, Eddie Van Halen's mods, and basically what they've done is they've just thrown every Jose mod that was ever offered in the shop onto this Friedman. That to me has got to be a gold amp. That will be anything to everyone because of those mods. It will be super high gain, it'll be lovely crunch, great clean tones. Friedman do things stupidly well anyway. The BE and the HBE amps are just amazing. The Bucks and Betty was brilliant. Everything he does is really good. So to then next level it with all these mods from the factory, it's a no-brainer. If you like amps, you should check that out. Victory, nothing really new in the head department from Victory. We know Victory had gone into the whole amp pedal thing over the last couple of years, as has everyone. Laney included, which is the company I'm endorsed by, I endorse. So everything's getting smaller and trying to get outfit on a pedal board, so they released all of their amps in pedal platform. They've gone the next level now, so they've released a couple of combos, which might be worth a look at, so check those guys out. Back to pedals again, another thing that kind of took, I don't know whether I'm really into this or not, was DigiTech have released a whammy again. Which is just like a weird colour, and it does some other things. Instead of 2 octaves higher, it does 3 octaves higher, and there's just some slight tweaks and mods to their original algorithms. Could be interesting. It's about $300 though. Don't know whether that's worth the extra price tag or not if you've already got a whammy. I don't know. Love a whammy though. Can't go wrong. Tom Morello day in, day out. They also have brought out a thing called a hammer-on. Now I'm a massive fan of the drop pedal and the ricochet and the whammy. They just do a thing very, very well, especially the drop pedal if I'm using a Tonex rig and all of a sudden the next song we're playing is in E flat, or if I'm in drop D and all of a sudden I need to be in drop C. I can do that with the drop pedal with very little artifacting, and at a full-size venue there is no way the audience are noticing those artifacts. If I was recording in a studio, I'd definitely be just picking up a guitar that's tuned to that tuning, but if I'm in a gig, it's a brilliant down tune. Quad Cortex got round that with the transpose, so you can transpose to any key and it sounds great. Drop is just a nice addition to Tonex or any other modeler that doesn't have a transpose function. It's really, really good. So they've released a hammer-on. Now, I looked at the demo of this, and I think you guys should check it out. I don't know what the friggin' hell it is. It's almost like an arpeggiator pedal, but it'll also do hammer-ons up to 12 frets. But it sounds very like just a momentary whammy pedal. It doesn't wait. It's like dick, dick, dick. It's just there. I don't know whether I'm into that or not. If you've got a Quad Cortex though, you can do that anyway. You could just design that pedal anyway. But yeah, bit weird. Check it out though. It's for someone. The big takeaway for me though, and obviously there's Vigier, there's so many different brands at NAMM, but I just want to talk about the stuff that's stuck in my mind looking at the footage. Revv amps. Now, everyone is moving away from 4x12 cabs. Laney are not, thank the Lord, so we've brought out a full range flat response for 412 cab. 3 of them on stage, man, and you're back to being a rock monster. Wet, dry, wet rig, 412s, big white lights on them, look mean as shit. full stack of them, mate, and you are Malmsteen. A lot of us aren't ready to move away from that yet. Revv have gone, well, let's not move away from that yet. You're gonna want a 412, but you're gonna want a backline, you're gonna want screens, and you're gonna want lights, and you're gonna want shit going on. Let's put them back to get both together. So they brought out the Revision range of 412s, which have screens on. So it's a 412 with a screen on, and you can program them to display anything on them, and you can link them up. So they'll be, so if you've got 6, you can have a massive screen behind you, and the sound pushes through the screen. I don't know how it works, but it looks bloody brilliant. So if you're in that type of touring band and you're thinking about getting rid of your 412s because they're taking up too much space, you've got a lighting rig that you're going to need. You've got a syn wall that you're going to need. Turn your amps into the syn wall. Fucking brilliant, man. What a great idea. Check them out. Now, they're mostly going to be about $1 million an amp. I can't imagine them being cheap. They're going to be expensive. But if you've got 2 guitarists or a guitar player, bass player, and you want to fill out that stage with awesome imagery, you're going to be looking at a couple of grand for screens anyway. Would it be worthwhile just tossing some coin over to the Revision amps? I don't know. But they look bloody brilliant. Do they need to be powered by amp? I think they do. I don't think they're FRFR yet. Maybe they'll move into FRFR. Everyone seems to be doing that. But that's it. That's my takeaway from NAMM so far. I haven't been particularly blown away by any product, and I do believe we're just going left and right now. We had amps were shit, then we went to modelers. Modelers are now obviously selling, everyone's got one, so the companies need to start selling stuff. People are then pushing you into pedal platform size pedal amps, which is a great idea for the guys that don't need 1 million amps. I could totally do any gig with an IRT, any gig, from jazz to country to rock to metal to deathcore. I don't need anything else but that amp. However, it's bloody lovely to have, especially within a studio, layering in other amps. It's great. So there's call for a modeler, I think, a bloody good one. The pedal power things, I don't know. I think if you just want a little rig and you just want one sound and you're golden, they're great, absolutely brilliant, go fill your boots. But I do think that people are going to go buy an 800 and a 900 and a Peavey Bandit and a TC Electronics a rec pedal and a 5150 from Ox, and we're just all going to end up spending 1,700-1,800 quid on pedals that take up well more room than a Quad Cortex. Just go and buy a Quad Cortex, is my opinion. So I don't know whether we're just going left and right, we're just pissing in each other's shoes. However, people have got to sell something. We can't just go, I've got a Quad Cortex and that's it, me done for life. There's ways and means. So anyway, that's my review of NAMM this year. There's been a load from Gibson, a load from ESP. ESP actually have done quite a bit of work. I don't know again whether it's just livery based or whether it's going to be a new product, but they all look livery based to me. Taylor, you know what I mean, they've done some stuff. Definitely go and check out the site. Anderton's, I'd say, are always going to be your best bet for everything because they just do everything so well. So I'd go over to the boys over at Anderton's and check out their NAMM footage. But yes, that's my takeaway from NAMM 25 in a package with a bow on it, with a big label that says, "Thank you very much for the fish." Take it easy, guys, and I will see you in the next one. NAMM 2025.